The longer a man stays without a relationship, the more dangerous he becomes. A man who has been alone for too long doesn't become weaker. He becomes harder to reach. Not physically dangerous, not violent, but emotionally, mentally, and relationally. He becomes a completely different kind of man. Time alone reshapes him. It sharpens some things, kills others, and builds walls where doors used to be. Here are 6 uncomfortable truths about what happens when a man stays single for too long. 1. He learns he doesn't actually need anyone. At first, loneliness teaches a man what he's missing. But after enough time passes, something else happens. He adapts. He builds routines. He handles his problems alone. He eats alone, travels alone, sleeps alone, celebrates alone, and survives alone. Eventually, the emotional dependency that relationships often create disappears. What once felt like a need slowly becomes optional. And once a man reaches that level of independence, inviting someone into his life no longer feels necessary. It feels like a disruption. 2. His tolerance for drama drops to 0. Men who have been alone for a long time become extremely protective of their peace. They've spent months or years building a quiet life with minimal stress. No emotional roller coasters, no arguments, no confusion, no mind games. So when someone enters their life bringing chaos, inconsistency, or emotional instability, they don't try to fix it. They simply walk away. What some people call cold is often just a man who refuses to return to unnecessary stress. 3. He becomes emotionally guarded. Time alone gives a man space to reflect on past experiences. And often, those reflections remind him why he chose distance in the first place. Maybe he was betrayed. Maybe he invested in someone who didn't value him. Maybe he watched loyalty get taken for granted. The longer he stays alone, the more he reinforces a simple belief. I was peaceful before you arrived, and I'll be peaceful if you leave. That mindset makes it incredibly hard for anyone to break through his emotional walls.
That's true.
4. He studies people instead of trusting them. A man who has been single for a long time stops rushing into connections. He observes. He watches patterns. He listens carefully. He pays attention to inconsistencies between words and actions. Instead of falling quickly, he analyzes. Instead of believing promises, he waits for proof. To some people, this makes him seem distant. But in reality, he's simply learned that attention and charm are cheap. Character is rare. 5. He becomes addicted to freedom. Freedom is powerful. Once a man gets used to living life entirely on his own terms, it becomes difficult to compromise. No checking in, no explaining decisions, no negotiating time, no adjusting plans. Relationships require sacrifice, patience, and shared control over life decisions. A man who has been independent for too long may start seeing those compromises as limitations rather than partnership. 6. He stops chasing love. At some point, the desire to pursue love slows down. Not because he hates relationships, but because he has learned that forcing connection often leads to disappointment. So he stops chasing. He stops begging for attention. He stops competing. If love happens naturally, he welcomes it. If it doesn't, he continues living his life just fine. A man who spends too long alone doesn't become heartless. He becomes selective. He stops chasing noise and starts protecting peace. And the truth is, once a man learns how to live happily without a relationship, the only person who will ever keep him is the one who adds more peace to his life than solitude ever did.